Watch list video for December 23rd. Keep in mind, it's December 23rd, so this is not a great time to be trading. It's not even a good time to be trading. It's a good time to be spending with your family. I am going to log in tomorrow and hope to catch an early trade. If not, I'll be done for the day. And, you should be looking forward to January 4th. Get through the holiday season. This is not the time to put a lot of money to work in the market, okay? So keep that in mind. Also, pause the video here if you want to read this. It just explains what this list is about and how I trade, okay? All right, having said all that, the list for Wednesday. Let's start with RUN. This is a solar play, I believe, and solars have been on fire, pardon the pun. A nice move from 750 to 15, so it's basically doubled in a week. And now you've got two pretty good strong down days, so it's a good time to have this on Bounce Watch, all right? NTWK. This had the gap up and the run, and then, like an afternoon sell-off, and then the next day it sold off, which was today. You can kind of picture a trend line here going down. I don't have an entry idea. I'll have to watch this trade, but I like it as a potential move up on Wednesday. So we'll have to see. But it's not a beautiful setup or anything, but it had good news yesterday. So with the sell-off, in the afternoon and then the next day, it's a good time to start watching it for a bounce. All right. GENE. After the gap up, you've got 2 days lower. Great potential for a bounce play here. This is a lower float stock, so it can really move when it moves, as you can see from the, this candle back here, this candle here, this candle here. So good time to have this on watch. Nice gap up into the 200-day, and then 2 days lower, kind of have a gap fill going on. Want to watch GENE for a bounce on Wednesday. BlackBerry. This one doesn't make my list very often. Had a very big volume pop here, and then 2 days kind of sideways. So I really like this over today's. If this gets through 9, could easily take out this 909 high and then maybe squeeze. Probably a lot of shorts in BlackBerry, so that one's worth watching. SRNE. Wow, look at that, closing at its highs on big relative volume. I would say massive volume, but for this stock, it is massive volume. For most stocks, it's not. So this shows you how thin this stock is, but maybe we'll get a red to green, something like that tomorrow in a continuation. I don't like to chase, so that's why I say maybe a red to green. ESI, I'd have to draw a trend line here to really show you what I'm looking at. So you put this here, and you can kind of picture, even if I put this up here, all right? So you had this high, lower high, and then just a consolidation. So a nice sideways move after this, series of lower highs. And so a nice volume breakout today. Again, when I say volume, I mean for this stock, a nice relative volume. If I zoom in, you can see it better. See that nice volume stick today? So this one, I think there's a lot of shorts in this name too. So maybe a red to green. Again, it feels like chasing because it had a nice breakout of this trend line today. But maybe a red to green, and with a lot of shorts in this name, maybe a follow-through day. All right, so that one's worth watching. Again, remember, we're in the holiday season. You do not put a lot of money to work on any of these or anything this week. All right, EYES, not very nice, crystal clear 2-day high at 709. 709 yesterday, 709 today. This gets through that 710. This might revisit these recent highs. This is a low float stock. I haven't called it in a couple days. Now it's pretty interesting. So this one may, if it gets to 710, it may revisit these 770 highs and maybe break through them. So I like EYES a lot. Pandora, the letter P, gapped up, 4 days lower, starting to get kind of narrow. Very nice support at 14. Potential long play there, only with a proper intraday setup. ADXS, after this, it gapped up here, and then just couldn't follow through. Then gapped up again and had a nice strong day. Then you've got like 3 days of consecutive lower highs, but a very nice flag building here. So I really like it over today's high. And let me see, today's high was 1236. So 1237 might start to break this flag and maybe come up and maybe it revisits the high of the gap up day, which was 1290. So I really like these consecutive lower highs on the daily. And a nice little flag pattern there. That is ADXS. Cap'n, CAPN. had a nice spike 2 days ago, gave most of it back, and then is holding up today. So this one, if you look back here, you can see this one can make big moves, lower float stock. Another possible trend line break. Okay, this isn't perfect, but you can see the point here, right? High, lower high, lower high, lower high, and a couple 2 days higher. So I like this one. It can be nasty and spready, so my first potential catalyst is 216, a break of today's high. I like it when there's another catalyst just above, which would be 221, a break of yesterday's high. So, and after that, this could easily see 250 or beyond. So another lower float stock. Let's watch CAPN 216 being my first catalyst. And then finally, FSNN, massive move here. Consecutive lower highs, and then another pop here with a lower high of 368, and then it came down a couple days and closed green today, closed above its open. So I like it over today's high, over 326. That's the potential first catalyst, and then this one might move up higher. It actually has had some good news lately, so keep your eyes on that. Hopefully we'll find some gappers as well. And remember, I hate to be beat a dead horse, but trade smaller this week. It's holiday volume, and really don't get too excited about anything until January 4th, and we'll be back at it for the new year. But there might be some nice trades from this list, or hopefully from the gap plays in the morning as well. The first 2 hours are super important. After that, things get really sideways. So remember that. All right. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.